everybody, good morning. Got a little clip of the front porch for you today. My impatience. The elephant ears. Apparently I planted some white salvia in there. I don't know when, but I did. My cute little teapot, my solar light I got for Mother's Day. My pansies are coming up. And there's Johnny Jump Ups. Coleus. Oh, let's take a moment to admire the snapdragons. And there's a pink one, another white one behind that. Oh yeah. This thing hurts. You stay away from that. My Asiatic lily, I topped them and apparently they don't want to come back. Yeah, lamb's ear. Oh my god, so nice. And my burning hearts coleus. This begonia, she is growing out of control. It's two of them. Yes. Now people keep saying they can't keep their Boston ferns alive, and I don't know why, but. And then down here, there's another elephant ear in this pot, and I planted some more flowers in there, and the elephant ear poked itself through. So I'm very happy about that. Hey girls. And you know Big Daddy keeps this lawn right. Let's go in the backyard, see what we got back there. Oh, before we go, I have an Eastern redbud I planted a few days ago, thanks to the Arbor Day Foundation. And a Frida Kahlo rose bush that I planted a few days ago. But we know we want to see all this. So let's go back there and check it out. Excuse me, I'm going to start with the fruit trees and then we'll make our way back up here. First of all, this is my Olympian fig. Do we see the figs? Swelling up. So soon there will be figs in the garden. Next we have our Ichike Kajiro persimmon. So we probably will not get fruit off this tree this year. However, she is growing fabulously. Y'all know I got a bunch of dogs, so if you see some poop in the yard, I mean, don't be a kid about it. It's dog poop. I have dogs. Alright, let's start with, let's look at the flowers first. Yes. My geraniums, I did head them, so trust me, more will be coming up soon. Let's see if we see any in here. Not yet, but more will be coming soon. Oh, dead head. Listen, I know y'all saying, what is she doing? But this is how you get your flowers to keep coming back. You pull off the dead buds, the spent buds, let me say. So that's coming out, so we're not going to pull that off. That's coming out. That's coming out, so we'll leave that. Pull off the dead foliage. And your plant will keep producing more, because what you're sending is a message to your plant saying, hey, you're not dead yet. You gotta make more flowers. This salvia has spread so much. I mean, it is amazing. However, I planted some gladiolus bulbs in here. I got a pack of 60 gladiolus bulbs, right? So I planted 3 of them in here. I wasn't sure what the time frame was. But can we admire this? Heavens to Murgatroyd. So I did hit my salvia regularly. But these tall spikes are gladiolus. Oh. While I'm talking about me deadheading gladiolus, salvia. At the same time, looking at some dead ones back here. But I did this a few days ago. Oh, it's alright, guys. I probably should use my snips, but you know what? I like touching everything. Another mixed plant of some lantana. some petunias, and y'all know I got a real thing for these Asiatic lilies. Honestly, I can't stop looking at them. Let's see. You. Woo. You. Bye. You. Bye. Oh, you. Bye. So, this is it. And as you know, there's, of course, more flowers and more flowers inside of the gazebo. Yep, because why not? This is how your house is supposed to look. Here's my first mixed planter that I'm very, very proud of. That's lobelia. Oh, I wish y'all could see them because they're not purple. They're this blue color. It's absolutely stunning. Another begonia. Listen, I barely have to deadhead these begonias. They just do their thing. They drop their leaves. They follow instructions. They're patient. And I don't have to bother them. Can we talk about these geraniums? They look like fall leaves and they are absolutely amazing. So that is the deck and the hose area. Now what we have over here. So we have a Concord grapevine. And I know it's gonna grow bad, y'all. But when it starts waking up, I will put it closer to the fence and let it grow across the fence. And then I'll let it vine all the way across my fence. This is my Meyer lemon. And all this bright green foliage is new growth. Ignore those flies. You might see a lot of flies out here. And it's not for the dog poop. It's because I use Alaska 511 fish fertilizer. Here is a tomato sucker that broke off. Some of the tomatoes in the garden that you'll see soon. So I put it in some water and let it root. And then I potted it up. Yes, look at this. This is that same purple celosia that's been out here holding strong. Here is another tomato sucker that fell out, that broke off during the storm. That's right, guys, you see it. Tomatoes growing. So when you break off your suckers and reroot them, they are actually the same age and maturity as the plant they came off of. So because my other tomatoes are making tomatoes already, this was at the same age level, so it's also already mature. All right, so this is my boysenberry bush. Let me step back so you can see exactly how big this is, because we cut this all the way down to the ground in March. It was so many vines. It was so big last year, and I have it sort of staked up on these bamboo stakes because it's everywhere. When James tries to cut the grass, it's just all over the place. So let me show you about this. So first, you have these little buds, right? This. And then they turn it into these white flowers. And if you see in the middle of the white flower, that is the berry. So then the flower, as you can see, starts dying back. So this brown stuff is the flower that died back. The petals fell off. And this is a boysenberry. That is a berry. So these berries will turn black. And if you can see how this bush is covered in berries, just everywhere. This is new growth right here. This just shot up the other day. I don't know if you can see, this stem is so thick. All these bright colored are new growth. This bush is growing out of control. I fertilize it with berry fertilizer, Berrytone, and Alaska fish fertilizer, and it is doing its thing. Here's my African marigold, still holding on, and another Jabana. And so I deadheaded this one, and now we're getting this girl. This is a fig. Let me tell you what kind it is. Violetta de Bordeaux. She was struggling. So you know me, I will cut something back in a minute and not think twice about it, because I know it'll come back. And so now she's coming back. Oh, let me skip right here first. This is the red heritage raspberry. Can we see us getting It's getting leaves and everything. And you know, raspberries send out runners, send out shoots from the roots. So there's one right there. So these are primer canes. They're the old canes from last year. So we're getting new growth, so we'll get fruit on the primer canes this year. And then the new shoot is a flora cane. So that will grow, and then we'll get fruit later in the year from the flora cane. So here's herb row. My thyme is about time. Garden sage. That basil looking a little sad. I forgot to fertilize it when I did everything else. The empty pot actually has mint growing in it. The lavender is flowering, and that oregano at the end, she doing her thing. So this is the Ann yellow raspberry. So there's 3 canes here, and again they send out shoots. So there's the primer cane right there that sent out this shoot. Here's another primer cane, and honestly we don't know if this shoot is from this primer cane or from this primer cane. However, this is also flowering or leafing out. Excuse me. Let's take a look at this oregano. She is looking pretty, holding strong. All right, so here is my Owari Satsuma Mandarin. Getting some growth in the pot, and I don't know what that is. However, we definitely have new growth, and I kept checking to make sure, but the graft is right down here. So this new growth is the actual Satsuma. This is actual new growth for my orange, for my mandarin rather. Excuse me, I'm choking on here. All right, next we'll look at this girl from her legs up. Ta-da, ta-da. Oh yeah, you see it. She's sassy. Hey, peach tree. So I have 2 peaches on it, and I'm waiting for some more flowers. Honestly, she's not flowered yet again. So hopefully we'll get more flowers and more peaches, and then dahlias everywhere. Look at all those buds. One about to open. Several about to open. So that head is dying. So you know what's gonna happen next. That head right there is dying. And then this Celosia Dragon's breath. Because look at this purple and this yellow already popping, but this piece of red right here, oh yeah girl. So right here we have a goji berry bush, which is crazy. Okay, first of all, she flowering. Yeah. She flowering. Look at that. Goji berries. Here's a flower right there that's dying. So for this, that means that a berry is coming. Yeah. We're about to get berries. So thank you, goji berry. So y'all know squash and zucchini are morning glories. So good morning, which is why all these flowers are open. Now let me show you. We are getting squashes and zucchini. First of all, let's tuck in here so I can show you a little secret. I know y'all see that down there. I'm about to come get you. I'm going to get my snips out the house. This right here is a female. That's a zucchini right there. So I've been hand pollinating. I saw some squash bugs, not the vine borer, but some squash bugs. And so when I saw those, I got nervous, but I've been checking the back of my leaves, and I only saw eggs on one, and I removed them. So that's where we at. All right, sunflowers, sunflower. Listen, this is colossal. It's short, but it's colossal. These are tall and colossal. This is my hand behind the stalk. Colossal. I'm not sure what this is. I actually think it's fennel, but I also don't know. 2 more sunflowers right next to these cucumbers. Oh, these are carrots. The Danvers carrot. But let's look at these cucumbers. Do you see them? Cucumbers everywhere. Let's follow this vine up. Same thing for this one over here. That cucumber vine. Cucumbers everywhere. But let me come back over here, show y'all these patty pan squash. So we hand pollinated. So that is the scalloped patty pan squash. Yes, ma'am. So I've got 2 or 3 of those down here. I can't get in there right now. This is a thicket. But yeah, so this is all the squashes and zucchinis. Just about 5 or 6 different kinds. Oh, I have 8-ball squash, which I'm sure you probably never seen before. So let me show you what that looks like. It's just a ball. So let me show you the female one. Can you see that down there? Excuse me, sir. That's that ball right there. That is an 8-ball squash. So it's gonna come out looking like a ball. What else is ready? I gotta go in there. Y'all, sunflowers all over there. That is a muscadine grapevine right there and a sunflower. These sunflowers up here are volunteers. This one's taller than the fence, so it's actually staked up against the fence also because it's so big. Corn, 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 corn. This is 5 different kinds of corn. Now, I fed it with some urea a few days ago. Don't think I was not scared to put that straight nitrogen up here, but I did it anyway. Because corn is a heavy feeder, so it definitely needs it. That's what we got here. Here's the collard greens that won't die. So I just keep harvesting off of them. And my basil. Back there we have some morning glory vines. The heavenly blue morning glories. So those would be pretty, having flowers climbing across the trellis. And it makes everything else. Yes, it's another coleus. I'm aware. Do I have a problem? Possibly. So I planted some beans in this little empty area because beans go fast, and you know I'm on my mission to have a year's worth of food for that I'm growing. Finally, ground cherries. Ground cherries are so difficult for me to grow. Oh, they're rooting. Great. So I'll put them in a pot later. Oh, you gotta go. Boop. Let's see how you looking. Oh, you gotta go. Boop. Yes, y'all better dead hedge all flowers. What's the same flowers keep coming back? This is borage. I thought I planted one, but apparently there's multiple ones coming up. And see this one? This has another cluster of flowers, so it look like this. Look, is it stunning or what? This got another cluster of flowers coming up. And these are my poppies, red poppies and white poppies, which are going to be absolutely tremendously stunning when they come up. And then we've got cantaloupe, watermelon, more melons, tiger melon, and Kajari melon. A small pot of chives over there. Bachelor's buttons. There's a pumpkin right there. Those leaves right there. There's a pumpkin. And then calendula right next to these beans. Let's take a look at these beans, y'all. We have beans. Can I show y'all? We have beans. Yellow green bean. So this is a tricolor beans. So these plants will produce beans that are white, yellow, and purple, all on the same plant. And for beans, you pick them often and they keep producing. And last year, y'all, we got so many beans off these plants. See that? More beans up in there. Here's another one. I gave my neighbor some beans off of this one yesterday. More beans. So here are the purple flowers. So these beans will be purple when they come out. Oh, there's one. Like I said, these are all the same plant. And this is what we get. Green beans. Well, it's not even green. Pepper. This is a big pot of mixed flowers. So there's 3 mammoth sunflowers in the middle. Also, look at the size. Look at these legs. Yes, honey. This is a marigold. Colossal, right? That's one too. She getting big. All right. This is the exciting part. First of all, my calendula. Honey, yes. So we routinely did hit this, you know. So this one she opened this morning. Opening today. Future growth. Let's see, get out the way. Where you at? That's one that's gonna be future. My powder puff asters though. Wait until these open. Wait until these open. My strawberry fields gomphrena. So I guess people confuse these with scabiosa, but honey, no. This is the gomphrena, and they struggled so bad at the beginning. I was so afraid they wouldn't grow, and then here they go. So I'm actually super thrilled about that. I know y'all know what I'm doing. I don't have to tell you, right? Yeah. The strawberry fields gomphrena. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Up, marigold. Time for you to go. These powder puff asters. Oh my lord, when they open. Now y'all know Big Daddy favorite color is purple. I need these to open so he can enjoy them as much as I am. So they were no particular color. There was like a rainbow mix. So now they're opening, and I can't tell you how excited I am. So this is where that kale was that had bolted. It was laying all over everything, and it was shading up my peppers. So I went ahead and pulled that out, and I planted some beans in here. I didn't bother to put more soil back in here. I figured it was enough. My Jabania, I'm gonna hit her in a minute. I need my snips for that. But yeah, so there are beans that will be coming up in here. Now you can plant like 8 or 9 green bean plants within a square foot. So it's happening. Peppers, marigolds. This is actually a spinach that is bolting. So here, let me pick it up and show you. It's laying down in the potatoes. But that is a spinach that is bolting, and I threw some marigold seeds in the pot with it because it was at the end of its life. All right, jalapenos. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Jalapenos. I want y'all to look inside of there, and I don't know if you can see the amount of jalapenos on this plant. It is insane. Those are the giant jalapenos. This is one of my super hots, one of my apocalypse scorpions. So the super hots need a lot of heat to produce. So it's not quite hot enough for them. They're growing nicely, but they're not flowering yet because it's not hot enough. So tomatillos are not self-fertile. Although they're in the tomato family, they need a partner. So they need a pollinator partner. So got 2 tomatillos. And honestly, y'all, I've never eaten tomatillos, but we will now. Look at this honking monster of an onion. Do you see the size of these stems? Another honking monster red onion. A honking monster yellow onion back there. Another sunflower. And beans. Now people say you can't grow beans and onions together, but I feel that's far enough away. So there's actually more beans I planted in here, but this one and this one are sprouting. These are the yellow carrots right here, and the yellow carrots right back here, and the red carrots right here. So I pulled one up a few days ago, and y'all, it's not full size yet, but it was good. It was decent and it was delicious. So I'm super excited about that. All these onions are monster onions. Some of them have started making seed heads. So I pulled those out because once they go to head seeds, like that, they're no longer going to produce. They're no longer, the bulbing phase ends for them. So it was no point in me leaving them here, because if I had left them, I would have ended up getting flowers. And onion flowers are beautiful, but I have enough flowers to attract the pollinators over here. So everything that has started going to seed, as you notice, that stuff was out here and I pulled it out because I have enough flowers. This is my giant Indian celosia. Honey, I waited so long to see this, and this not even the whole flower situation yet, but they coming. This had a spinach in it yesterday that had bolted. There it is. I pulled it out. I guess you can guess what I put in there. That's right, 7 bean plants. Because this is a 5-gallon, it was Bloomingdale spinach. This is a 5-gallon hard container. So at this size, I only put 7 bean plants in there. But it's happening. Here's a mystery tomato. You know, we told you about these already, the ones that I was going to throw away because I thought they were dead. And then they started growing. But as you can see, they're starting to flower. So we're going to get tomatoes any moment. Hello, Miss Ladybug. Hello, Ladybug. You get in there, you have a good time. These are my French horticultural beans. As you can see, they are flowering everywhere. So these beans will be red and white. They've also wrapped themselves around this little support that was for my insect netting over the last spring. Another barrage about to flower. These also grow like crazy. I kept seeing people saying that, and I was like, okay, sure. And then I planted my own. There's another tomato, another mystery tomato about to flower. Also, do we see Miss Ladybug right there? Hey, girl. And it's got plenty of basil inside, you know, to keep it all protected. Another mystery tomato. So like I said, some of these looked like they were dying, and I was pretty sure they were dead. So I pulled the tags out and was going to toss them. But then they started coming back to life. Honey, can I tell you all, I have ladybugs everywhere. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing for your garden. Yeah, so that's the mystery tomatoes. This one I actually do know what it is. This is a yellow pear tomato, and she flowering, so we're gonna have tomatoes from this any day. See that right there? Hold on, let me let you see that. That's what's about to be something. So she is doing her thing. Calendula, hello honey. They're in 2 pots right there, and I really wish I had put them in the ground. However, we are about to start building these cedar raised beds. So if you watch the Millennial Gardener, you'll see that Anthony built some 7x4 by 16 beds. So we are getting lumber. What we're doing is every week we go buy the lumber for the bed, because the lumber is about $94, $96. So that for 7 raised beds will be about, you know, do the math. So we just kind of trying to buy it slowly and piece it out. And we're not going to build a bed, so just yet. However, I'm lying. All right, let me finish and then we'll talk about these beds again. Y'all see that on the side of those calendula? That is comfrey. It is rather prolific. It is growing. I'm gonna harvest some. So when I was at Lowe's the other day, I made sure I got a bucket and a lid, because I'm gonna make the comfrey tea, which is a fabulous fertilizer for your yard. Here's these same flat plants. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Y'all know my situation where I come out here with a bunch of seeds and throw them. This is something I threw out here, and I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever this is also in that pot over there. So I guess we're gonna find out when they start flowering. But these are all marigolds, and they are growing in the midst of the garlic, because I came out here and threw seeds. But now right here was the artichokes. It was 4 of them. They have gone on to artichoke heaven. I'm pretty sure they actually choked. So they've gone on to meet their maker. Finally, this Swiss chard is getting some size on it, but I hit it with some 511 the other day, so it's finally, starting to grow up and mature. This is supposed to be rainbow Swiss chard. However, all the stalks seem to be red. Oh, I'm lying. Some of them look like they're going to be yellow. Okay, so maybe it is rainbow because that's what it said on the package. That's what I specifically wanted because I wanted to see all those colors. Let's look at these calendula again. You see how many buds they have on them about to sprout? That's going to be such a beautiful display. But here's some more beans right here. I skipped over them, sorry. These are the dragon tongue beans. As you see, this one wrapped itself all around the supports. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 dragon tongue beans. So we're gonna have a good set of beans. Yeah. But right here was the lettuce that was bolting. There it is over there on the ground in front of the trash can. It was already at seed, and if you saw the amount of seed that was on that, we would have had lettuce in this whole neighborhood growing for free all through the fall if I had let those fall to the ground. They would have reseeded themselves, and that would have been a mess. So I want to say I planted 9 different the blue bush bean. I put 2 or 3 of those over here, 2 or 3 of the dragon tongue, and 2 or 3 of the French horticulture. So we have quite a few mixture of beans coming right here because this is where I pulled that lettuce from. You see this bare patch. So let me finish going. So we got some cabbages. Hold on. Girl, I am lying. This is broccoli. We got new broccoli growing? Okay. Well, we're going to see how this does. I'm not even going to mess with it. So there's 2 more broccolis and 2 right here growing in the middle of this field of garlic and marigolds. And then honey, yes, nasturtiums, calendula, with so many buds coming all the way through. More marigolds. I did get wild with the marigolds. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I didn't. More calendula about to open, and then I had some wildflowers and some other seeds that I came out here with that I just felt like I didn't start flowers in the house in time. I was so worried about my main crops. I didn't start flowers inside. I started the asters, I started the calendulas, I started the nasturtiums, I started the barrage and the comfrey, but my actual flowers that were just to look at, just for the beauty of it, I didn't start in the house, and I should have. So next year I have a new greenhouse coming sometime this week, so next year I'm gonna be more mindful and have a few trays of flowers just to be planting. So anyway, what I was saying was I came out here and threw some flower seeds. There was nothing right here. Oh, it was some cabbages right here, and they died off early. So I had all this space was a big open space. All of this right here. So in my effort to have something here, you know me, I threw out some flower seeds, and I put seeds in a mason jar, shake them up, and then sprinkle them out here, and then whatever come up. However, I'm very happy to report I have another barrage coming right here, and I'm super excited about that. Now I do have red cabbage, red cabbage. These little ones not gonna make it before the season is over for them. However, I have a bunch of more calendulas coming up, and I think they're kind of being shaded because this row is calendula. So you see this whole row of nasturtium, and their leaves are distinctive, so you can look at that and see what's the nasturtium. However, hold on, why am I out of focus like this? Okay, I'm sorry. So the nasturtium leaves are distinctive, but then the calendula, you see where they start in this row, so it's some marigolds growing on top of them. So you see the marigold, they haven't headed out yet, so I'm just waiting on them. I know they need a little more heat, so I'm gonna let it get a little warmer. But these these red cabbages, I know they're purple, but they're actually called red. Let me show y'all this lettuce. Wow, we had to get this out of here. Y'all, these are seeds. Yes, those are seeds for lettuce. And honestly, while I threw this on the ground the other day, I'm almost certain I knocked some of these seeds out. And guess what's gonna happen? We got lettuce growing over there at the trash can. But it is what it is. I mean, what's the worst that we're gonna have beautiful plants growing in our trash bucket, our trash bin? We'll somehow survive that debacle. Sorry. We are in the midst of not only building these raised beds, but building a new fence line with the 4x4s and some actual better fencing. So I appreciate my husband putting this up. Y'all don't even know these T-posts and this chicken wire did the job, because my dogs were trying to come in here. And listen, my dogs are good. They good dogs. But they didn't understand the boundary of this was a garden. And I came out here one day and they were standing on top of my stuff. And I said, if y'all don't get out of here, I'm taking y'all to the pound. Well, I'm going to open this gate and let y'all run out. Now, listen, I don't want to do that because I love y'all. But I also love my garden. So I had to make a real hard choice. Okay. So as y'all can see, another mixed planter. Can we look at this? Can we just look at this? Look at this. I'm going to open it. Oh, say. Oh. Y'all. Those are my little harvest basket. My little beans. Hey. Y'all. I have been waiting for the longest for these zinnias to open up and show me their face. And do we see? That is just what's about to happen. We are finally going to have zinnias. Y'all, these are the same purple flowers that's been holding on strong, because you know Big Daddy like purple. We gonna have some purple for him. So here's Brianna's tomatoes. We just over here growing them away from everything else. Not because there's nothing wrong with them, but because those are hers. I don't want her to be immediately seeing stuff and I have to fight through the thicket of tomatoes. So I'm going to pull these out today because this is starting to open. That one, I don't think they're going to get much larger, only because it's getting warmer. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. So I'm going to pull the broccoli plants completely. This cabbage back here is trying to head up, but as you can see, worm damage. This one been under here. It seems like it's not really growing, but it's not dying either. This cabbage over here is heading up, so it's gonna be small, but cabbage is cabbage, and no matter how big it is, it tastes the same, don't it? Right? My strawberries, they're still under the bird netting. These are the new strawberries from this year that I bought. They are, getting colossal. These leeks, getting colossal. The leeks are actually protecting these strawberries because they're giving off that scent. But some slugs got to these strawberries over here. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to trip about it, because I saw Asia. She got some strawberries from the grocery store and just cut it and grew strawberries, because you know those little, the strawberries have seeds all over them. Those little bumps on the strawberries are actually seeds. So she was able to grow strawberries from a strawberry from the grocery store. So she don't know what kind it is, but she still got strawberries from it. So let's take a look at this Super Sweet 100 tomatoes, y'all. Hold on, where the rest of them? Tomatoes. Flowers, so it's about to be tomatoes. I got no complaints about what's happening. So here's some garlic. Oh, I'm sorry. This is still this is the Transylvanian garlic over here, and that's the Romanian hardneck garlic right there. But we getting there. This is the pineapple tomato. Yes. This is about to be one. All of these are about to open into tomatoes. Let me see. So, and I'm gonna show y'all some of those tomatoes that was over there growing by the fruit trees broke off of this. So they are also pineapple tomatoes. So see these? Well, you got a flower here. Those about to be tomatoes in the next few days. And there's actually a basil plant in here at the back, but I think it got shaded out because it's looking kind of sick back there. And this has 2 liters. I know I said I was gonna prune, and I didn't. But look, y'all, as much as I would love to be home, I still gotta go work every day. So I don't always get the chance to give these the respect they deserve, but I do give them the respect that I can give them. So here we go. Flowers, and see that cluster? About to be tomatoes. See these clusters? About to be tomatoes. Same thing here. Oh, what do we got? Tomato. This and this whole rack right here is going to be all tomatoes. Not gonna be. Is. Wait for your brothers and sisters to catch up. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. This is not the pineapple tomato. This is crazy. Oh, this is another Super Sweet 100. I actually did not mean to plant this over here because I had my cherry tomatoes in one spot and my regular size indeterminates somewhere else. And girl, these is tangled up. You know what? I'm not even gonna sit here and fight this. Y'all want to grow together? Y'all want to be like peppers and hold hands? Knock yourself out. So right here, tomatoes. And there's also a basil plant that's now so big it's growing all up in this. This is several liters, as you can see. And no, I didn't cut them. Look at that. I'm pretty sure this is the orange accordion. Oh, this is the Kellogg's breakfast. So this is going to be a very nice yellow tomato. This is either the mushroom basket or the orange accordion, but based on how, see how they look all bunchy like that? And it's a big basil plant back there. This is the Burmese sour. Oh, I was wrong. So that's also will have that same look to it. And it's more tomatoes down here on this Burmese sour. And more right here. And then this cluster is coming. This cluster is coming. This one has a tomato on it, so the rest of them are coming out right behind it. And I'm pretty sure this is the one I always be telling y'all about that was looking sad. This is the orange accordion. I had no expectations for this because it looked very sad when I started it. So we'll come back to that. She's still hanging in there. She actually looking really good. All right, y'all. Better boy. We're just gonna start from the top and work our way down. Better boy. Better boy. Better boy. Better boy. Okay, look. Let me slide this over. Let me put my hand on this one. Okay? Yeah, that's happening. This better boy, I'm gonna have to stake this up again because there's so many tomatoes on it. Also, this better boy has like 4 main leaders. I'm gonna have to clip this one to the fence because this leader back here is so big and it's actually covered in tomatoes. What we got here? Excuse me, I got the hiccups. This is, who am I fooling? Isis candy cherry tomato. So I actually did not like how these were looking, and I haven't heard a lot of good things about them, but then this started happening, so I was like, okay, we friends again. We friends. Calm down. What we got here? I move these labels up to the front because I'll be not able to see what's going on, and I don't want to go fishing through here. Okay, see that? That's thyme. I wish y'all could smell it. This is a yellow pear tomato, and if you can see, the tomatoes have a teardrop shape to them, but honey, this is covered in tomatoes everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So I wasn't sure. Wait, what's this? This is the Isis candy cherry tomato. I don't know if I showed y'all those. Look at this. Hold on. There they are. Try not to break them. This is the yellow pear tomato. Absolutely covered. This is another Isis candy cherry tomato. So, same thing. Absolutely covered. All back there. This plant, she yellowing and I don't know why. I've fertilized her. She's got nitrogen, calcium, bone meal. Gave her a little blood meal at the beginning so that she would, absolutely incredible, so that she would have enough nutrition. But she getting yellow, and honestly it's making me a little nervous, but she putting out, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, I know y'all saying this is an insane amount of basil on this plant, but listen, that's because this is one of the tomatoes that, now this one is a mystery tomato. So I wasn't sure it was going to make it, and I wanted it to be protected. So we will see what it is, because look what's about to happen. Yep, she about to show me her true colors any day now. So you know peppers like to hold hands. So we have 5 peppers in here, some rosemary, and some green onions that's growing, just to protect them from pests. So here we go. I don't know why my image is like this. Why it's so blurry? I don't know. Let's see. I tell you what, we got peppers though. And I know y'all see all them flowers and all these buds. Those are peppers in training. Yes, ma'am. And what we got here? Peppers. So, I ain't gonna trip about that. Lima beans. So, all of this is lima beans. They are about to all come out. Y'all wanna see aphids? Why are they up here? Who invited them to my lima beans? Who invited them? Who invited them? I'm gonna tell you who's gonna uninvite them. Me. Blueberry. It just keeps making like 2 berries at a time, but at least it's doing something. We cut these back, and I keep thinking that maybe that was a bad idea, but they look terrible, so we cut them back, and we actually getting something from them, so I'm not gonna complain. Another lima bean. Yeah, it has wrapped itself around the fence, so no aphids on this one, but yeah, all those gonna be beans. Hello, Miss Begonia. Oh, I fixed it. Thank you, Lord. Hello, Miss Begonia. Let's go back to lima beans. Okay, finally that brightness is gone. Now let's go back and talk about these aphids. Who invited you? I certainly did not. But don't worry, I'm gonna get the water hose and blast y'all off in just a few minutes. And let's go back and see these peppers again, because my camera was looking crazy. Again, all these little buds, peppers in training. All of those, all of that, all of these. The white flowers, all about to be peppers. And these plants are covered. Even the green onions, I literally could pull these out and eat with them. But I'm not. The rosemary in there is going wild. So, where are we? So this is where all that cilantro was. Also, another Hulk and monster onion getting ready. She ain't ready just yet, but she almost there. This is the bronze mignonette lettuce and the Marvel of 4 Seasons lettuce. So I just planted 2 rows of those. And then under here, all cucumbers. These are all cucumbers growing up my obelisk trellises. And these are the party time cucumbers, so they should be putting out any day now. My roselle, they were in a pot. They were in 2 pots. But I kept watching other people's videos, and it looked like these roselle are going to get to be monstrosities. So I put them in the ground because they need to go ahead and live their best lives. Here is the mushroom basket tomato. I really wanted this, and I thought I had killed it. Oh, I'm sorry, my garlic is in the way. I thought I had killed it, but it wanted to be here, so I put some basil in there with it so that it could live its best life. It's actually 2 tomato plants in there, and listen, I know what y'all gonna say. You can't have 2 tomato plants growing in a 5-gallon bucket, but take a look, because that's exactly what's happening. They are thriving in there. I don't have any discoloration. I don't have any problems whatsoever with those tomatoes in this basket, in this 5-gallon grow bag. They're getting quite enough drainage. They're happy, and let me tell you something. If they're happy, I'm happy. I'm pretty sure this is a pineapple tomato. It's one of the ones that broke off during the storm. And pretty soon, there's also a giant basil in there. Pretty soon, we're going to have tomatoes on this. So I'm just going to give that some time. And so between the basil and those onions, you see there's no pest pressure on my tomatoes. These things are just fine. All these tomatoes over here that you just saw, you saw no pest pressure, no hornworms, no nothing. What you did see was prolific growth, and I'm proud of that. I didn't spray anything. They're just doing what they gotta do. These are the Jersey Devil tomatoes, and they got a rosemary in them, and they right here up against these onions. Again, this is the tomato that I broke, and then my husband told me to put back in the greenhouse. Anything like is wrong with that? No, I know. Here's some disappointing news, y'all. This zucchini was looking great the other day. I came out here and I saw it. I was like, oh, let me hand pollinate that so we can have some guaranteed success. So I did. And then when I came home yesterday and took a look at this, it's aborting. So you see that? We'll just let it die. More will come. So these are my baby red potatoes, and if you know anything about potatoes, this is the sign that they are just about ready to harvest. Those are the russet potatoes. So you see how they're dying back? They're just about ready. Now behind those marigolds and that Bolton spinach is the maca ozette potatoes, and they look fine. So I'm gonna let them keep going, but once I start seeing it die back, and you can tell the potatoes are in there, and there's probably a ton of them, because I don't know if you can see the side of the bag is bulging because it's full of potatoes. And y'all, I have 0 qualms about that. I am super excited. So here's my one of my super hot super hot peppers, the Apocalypse Scorpion. And I know it shouldn't be over here with the rest of my peppers because it might make them hot. I'll take my chances. So as you can see, my onions are now becoming proud of the soil, which means they're pushing themselves up because they are almost ready. This bothers me. That is a seed head. So that one is done. This one, I'm gonna pull out right now. Onion, y'all. All right, I'm gonna leave you right here till I come back. Sweet banana peppers. That's right. You see them. Another hot, super hot. Another red pepper. I mean red onion. Yep. You're going in the house with me. I'm gonna sit you right there. Y'all sit right there. Don't move. Another red onion. I don't want these to go to flour, and they definitely look like they about to. Oh, I skipped y'all. Ping tongue eggplant and Rosita eggplant. So these like super heat, so it's actually not hot enough outside for them quite yet. However, okra likes heat, and say hello, Miss Okra. Miss Okra. Miss Okra. 3 plants. And listen, say about okra. How I'm looking at this right this minute saying, oh, I'll come get this tomorrow. I'll come get this tomorrow. I'll come get that tomorrow. Okra grows super duper fast. So tomorrow, these plants, these okras are gonna be taller than me. Just take my word for it. But back to the peppers. Bell peppers, bell peppers, bell peppers. Yes. Tiny little baby bell peppers. Right there. Yep. Another super hot apocalypse scorpion. So it's flowering, and you see all those little buds. Is where we're gonna get peppers. Jalapenos. Y'all see them all up in there? Do y'all see them all up in there? These are the giant jalapenos. Yep. Another sweet banana pepper. The back side of these flowers, girl, look at that aster. Oh, I'm so excited. So this morning I pulled up one of these Chinese cabbages, the big one. So I washed it off and it's in the house. But, Chinese cabbage, y'all. Here we go for one of these, one of these cabbages that won't die. So I'm just gonna let it keep going. And I planted beans in here. So my rutabaga is growing. Yeah, I'm baffled. So these are the peas. I come pick peas every day. However, there's also a sugar baby watermelon right there. And then a cucumber. No, that's not a cucumber. That is a, first of all, that is Thunbergia, which is the black-eyed Susan vine. So it's not truly a black-eyed Susan, but it looks just like it. So this will be a vine. So behind me, across the trellis, we'll have the morning glories, the heavenly blue morning glories, trailing across the trellis. And over here, across the trellis, will be the black-eyed Susan vine. So I'll have flowers up here, which means I'll be drawing pollinators here to pollinate my melons that are growing across this vine. So, and I'm pretty sure one of these rutabagas, girl, done got herself started. Look how big it is. I don't even know. I did not plant rutabagas right there. What I did plant right there is beans. So when I put up that spinach. So there's a bean growing. Just wait and see the rest of them come out. But I also planted some beans right there because I pulled up all those onions because they had gone to seed. Well, not all of them, but a great deal of them had started going to seed. So I went ahead and pulled them up. But y'all, come on, let's go. Y'all going in the house. I'm gonna let y'all stay out here. How about that? Y'all can stay out here, stay and watch. Make sure everybody's okay every day. But you have to come up my ground. Yeah, I know. But it's time for y'all to go. Also, because y'all are over here, it's kind of taking up a space for me planting some more stuff. So there you go, onions. We're going in the house. Here's another one that can go. Look how many onions I done pulled up since I've been outside. I've been talking to y'all. So right here we have honey nut squash, which is going to be vining. So that's right up against the the cattle pedal. Peas, girl. Flowers. Peas. Alright, so over here, I already bought one in the house today. It's a giant Caesar romaine. These lettuces, they look absolutely incredible. And then beans, y'all. These are the Blue Lake bush beans. You see this little baby bean? And those flowers, y'all are so precious. So precious. Yeah, see, there's the hole I pulled up. That lettuce this morning. But you know what's going in there, right? Beans. So I got beans growing there. Beans growing here. So I'm just waiting to see the rest of them coming up. Oh, there's another one. So, again, I know I said it 50,000 times, but everywhere that I pulled something up, I planted beans. So these are the yard long beans right here. And these other beans, oh, I'm sorry, also Kentucky Wonder pole beans. So they are vines, as well as the yard long beans are vining. So I am, don't even try it. So I need them to attach themselves to the cattle panel and not to the peas. So I try to train my vines to go in the way that I want them to go. So I need these over here, not on top of the peas, because when I pull these peas out, they're gonna be in the way. Oh, also there's a melon right here. Don't ask me which one, because I definitely forgot. But these are the yard long beans, so they are vining also. And these are those amazing beans, gonna be 3 feet long, the Asian ones. This is the other side of the cattle panel, so as you can see more peas. Then I have another melon coming up right here next to the honey nut squash. So listen, I'm very excited about that. I am. Oh, we're in the corn. I don't want to be children of the corn. Let me get out of here. But what did I think I just saw over here when I was on the other side? Because I'm pretty sure I just saw beans. I mean, these are the beans. Don't get me wrong. Oh, there's also a pepper in the middle right there because I had an extra pepper and I didn't know where to put it. So I just figured I had a space over here. So here you go. You can come over here and hang out with the beans. Y'all are just fine together. All right. 8 balls zucchini. See it? That little ball? I don't know what kind this is. Remember, I forgot to label some of these. But I do have a Black Beauty zucchini right there. And I saw another big one. Hold on, y'all. I'm in the corn. And Mr. Lawson already threatened me that if I stomp on his corn, he was going to get me. A Dunja squash. Yeah, she about to go in the house. Both of them are. So, here we go. An 8 ball. That's the 8 ball right there I was showing y'all from the other side. And like I said, I come in here and hand pollinate because I want to get these grown before. Look at that. Yeah. Get these pollinated before the bugs come. This is a female. So see how the female has the inside of her looks different? What is she going behind her? Let's see what's that there. Oh. Yep. So, and there's a patty pan squash in there. See it? Is that focusing? No. Because this leaf is in the way. Anyway, take my word for it. It's back there. And these sweet potatoes, Lord have mercy, I can't wait. But I got a long wait for those. And this is corn. Sunflowers and my muscadine grapevine, which is probably going to grow all over top of those. That sunflower right there, that's a volunteer. So you put yourself there. You gotta take the consequences of whatever happened. This is this double red sweet corn. As you can see, it's sort of purplish. this sunflower has so many heads coming off of it. And it's a volunteer. That's going to be so beautiful back here next to this corn. It's going to be pretty and delicious back here. I'm going to tell you, I got a tiptoe back here. Jay's probably hanging out the window right this minute, looking at me, making sure I don't step on none of this corn. He probably woke up because he felt the corn guards tell him I was back here. So, yep. I think this can go. Oh no, not yet. So you can ring your onions, which is just when you come around like that. And see how they're bulbing. These are weeds, y'all. I'm just gonna, I know it looks like I'm doing damage, but I'm really not. It's a weed. So, yeah. There's another ginormous red onion right there. But y'all, this is it. I know this video was super duper extra ultra long, but there's so much out here to see. It's so many things. So, what we're gonna be doing soon is those broccolis and cabbages in the front, the red cabbage. I'm gonna give them like another 2 weeks maybe, and then I'm gonna pull them out, and we're going to start building the first raised bed. So it'll be 7 by 4 by 16. And then as time goes on and stuff becomes ready, I'm gonna end up having to pull out these nasturtiums, but I'm not gonna yank them out. I'm gonna dig them out and move them into the raised beds so they'll still be able to grow. But we're gonna keep letting stuff grow. And luckily these calendula in pots, these tomatoes in pots. So we're gonna stop when we get to these beans because they are doing very well. And I'm not going to interfere with any of the beans I planted. So we'll stop when we get to the row of beans. And then, so we'll have a bed and then about 2 feet in between and then another bed. So, oops, sorry, I had a bug on me. So that's what we're going to do until we get all the way back here. This bed is going to go. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but my friend is growing stuff, and this is 8 feet by 4 feet. And so since we're building beds, I'm not gonna have this metal bed in the middle of all my wooden new beds. And this is only a foot deep. As you can see, the soil has sank over the years, over the last 2 years actually. So we're gonna get the soil out of this and reclaim it into the new raised beds. But she's gonna get this metal bed. She's gonna get that circular bed, and she's going to get those 2 raised beds, these 2 metal ones. They are 4 feet by 1 foot by 2 feet, both of those. And so the issue with those is that I've got 2 cattle panel. So cattle panel are 4 feet across. So because these are oval, I couldn't rest the cattle panel inside of them. And I want both my cattle panels to be inside of my raised bed. So the beds that are coming right here are going to be 8 feet by 4 feet by 16. So that the cattle panel can rest inside of them. And then I can plant right up against them. The stuff that I want vining and the stuff that I just want growing will be just, behind that. But right now these cattle panels are on the ground, not in the beds. One is in front of the bed and the other one is behind the bed. And it makes it really weird to grow because this stuff I have to grow up against the cattle panel and then stand behind it. This stuff right here is growing up against the cattle panel, but I have to come inside. So I want them inside the cattle panel on the inside edges so that I can just walk through and have my stuff growing up, but everything that's going to be growing will be on the outside of the cattle panels, if you understand what I'm saying. That way the stuff growing won't shade out stuff, because once this side starts to grow up, it's going to shade out whatever's on the inside right there. So I don't want to do that. Hey, Casey.
Who am I waving at?
The world.
Who am I waving at?
YouTube. So anyway, that's it, y'all. I will see y'all soon. Have a great